Hi Capricorn! Welcome to your love reading for September 2019. Can you believe we're already in September? September always marks sort of the beginning of the end of the year. So gosh, I feel like time is really flying. I am doing your reading first because you had the most views last month and the month before, by the way. So thank you so much for continuing to watch the videos and tune in. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And if you haven't, click that subscribe button and make sure to hit the bell for notifications. That way you get notified when these readings come available. I do love readings for each sign for each month, and also some pick a card readings, which are kind of fun. So check those out as well. All right, so I have already shuffled your cards, and they are here for you to see. What we have in the position of you and what you're contributing to the love relationship in September is the Seven of Cups reversed. In the position of the person you're thinking about in September is the Three of Cups reversed. That's what they're contributing to the love connection. In the position of the combined energies is the King of Cups and the Nine of Swords reversed, and in the position of the outcome, or what needs to be understood and integrated, is the Four of Swords. So let's start with you and what you're contributing. The Seven of Cups reversed really speaks to having a choice to make. You need to make some sort of decision, some sort of choice. You need to make the one choice. You have probably a lot of options or a lot of possibilities that you're exploring. You might feel overwhelmed with options and possibilities. And there is a need to make that one choice. And maybe it's choosing that one person. Maybe you're dating around right now. Maybe you're considering different love options or different love partners. I'm just throwing a lot of different scenarios out there. But the Seven of Cups reversed really is about really honing in and getting in alignment with what it is that you really want, what choice, what cup, because it is the Seven of Cups, is going to be in alignment with your priorities, with your actual real priorities. And then in the position of your partner and what they're contributing, or your love connection, whoever you're thinking about when you're watching this reading, is the Three of Cups reversed. So this could mean a few different things. It could mean a third-party situation. It could be that there are three people involved. It could be that your partner is involved with another person aside from it being involved with you. It could be that they have been very socially engaged and now are starting to take a time out, starting to be a little bit more solitudinal. It could be that you two came together in some sort of reunion and now there's a period of alone time or separation. Let's look at the combined energies. In the combined energies, we have the King of Cups and we have the Nine of Swords reversed. The King of Cups, I like that the King is here because the King of Cups really represents this energy of being very emotionally balanced, having very good boundaries in place. You are aware and connected with your emotions, and you're in control of your emotions. You manage your emotions well. So there's a balance or an equilibrium to the emotional aspect of this connection. Whatever's happening here, you will be able to maintain some sort of equilibrium. The combined energies is a very balanced emotional energy. So good boundaries in place. You have your emotions under control, which doesn't mean that you're repressing your emotions. It just means that you're aware of your emotions and you are in charge of your emotions. Your emotions aren't running the show. There's a equilibrium and a balance to your emotional life, or to the emotional aspect of this connection. The Nine of Swords reversed really suggests that you're coming out of a really intense period of anxiety and fear, and you're kind of at the other end. Nines are about completion, and the Nine of Swords reversed suggests that it's something that you're coming out of. So there may have been some sort of drama between the two of you that took place previous to this reading. It could have been very triggering for the both of you, or one or the other of you. And now you're starting to get back in touch with your emotional equilibrium, and you're coming out of that time. And I think that's actually pretty accurate because it's reinforced by the outcome and what needs to be understood and integrated, which is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is about a recuperation after a battle, after an emotion, like not just any battle. This was like a Nine of Swords battle. The Four of Swords follows the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is really about a betrayal, some sort of emotional betrayal that you feel in your heart. And the Four of Swords is about recuperating from that experience, recuperating from some sort of highly charged, emotional, triggering, traumatic experience. Now, the Four of Swords doesn't need to speak to that level of drama, but in this instance, I think that there was something that happened here that caused one or the other of you, or both, because it's in the combined energy, a great deal of fear and anxiety, something triggering. And so in the outcome, we have the Four of Swords, which is about recuperating. It's about taking time out for yourself so that you can reflect on what's happened. You can gain your equilibrium. You can glean insight from the emotional experience that you had. And you can get your balance again. You can get your feet back on the ground. You can recharge. So something about making a choice, making that one choice. Maybe you weren't able to make that one choice. Maybe your partner wanted you to make that choice after coming together in this reunion experience, having a reunion, you needing to make some sort of choice, or wanting to make a choice, or not making a choice, being overwhelmed by options and possibilities. Maybe it was a third party situation, 3 people involved. Your partner's like sort of taking a time out here, retreating after a highly social month, maybe a highly social period of time. And then needing to process this triggering, sort of emotionally triggering anxiety, fear experience, and gaining some emotional equilibrium, and then really taking a time out to rejuvenate and recharge and rethink and all the re's, right? Recalibrate. So let's work with the Tarot of Sexual Magic, and let's talk a little bit, or explore a little bit, how your partner, the person that you're thinking about in September or at the time of this reading, is feeling about you and your chemistry together. What do they think about your connection? This is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. It's really fun to work with. But 6 cards just flew out there, so I just want one. How do they feel about you? What do they think about you and your connection? What do they think about your chemistry? In your reading for August, your love reading for August, you also had the, you in the position of you, had the 3 of Cups upright. So I just watched that this morning and noticed that. Okay, so how they feel about you. We have the 5 of Cups and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. So, I'm going to make sure that you can see these. Yeah, okay, cool. The 5 of Cups, in this picture, here. There we go. In this picture, you see a man on his knees. He is offering to this woman a bouquet of flowers. This woman is super voluptuous, super like erotic and just abundant and sexy. And she is sitting on this fountain. And she looks pretty pensive, like she doesn't quite know how she feels about this man making this offering to her, this love offering to her. And in the fountain behind her, I don't know if you're able to see this, but there's a face floating right there. There's a face floating in the fountain. And this card really suggests to me that somebody is thinking about somebody else. Somebody is thinking about somebody from the past, some past experience maybe this person that they're thinking about isn't even real or isn't even in the picture, because it's really kind of a fantasy or a memory that she is considering as she sits on this fountain. And she's not quite sure how she feels about this love offering. So there's some uncertainty about the way that your partner is feeling about love right now. Either it's uncertainty about your love connection, or it's uncertainty about some past love experience. It could be even more ephemeral than that. It could be that they're considering, you know, am I capable of love? It could be more existential than that even. But let's move on to the Six of Pentacles, because both of these fell out. And in this card, we see a woman who is alone, sitting, or she thinks she's alone. She's sitting on this chase lounge. There are apples around her. She's eating an apple. It looks like she just got out of the shower. She's wearing a very sexy corset. And there's a man that is coming in or looking at her from the window or from the door. She doesn't seem to be like totally present. She almost seems like she's drowsing off or drunk. I don't know. She seems a little loose. And I don't mean sexually loose. I mean just like mentally loose. And this guy is looking in from behind and sort of watching her. And it doesn't feel like, to me when I look at this card, it doesn't really feel like a consensual thing, but like it doesn't seem like she's aware that he's watching her. So again, we have this distance, this sort of, we see some patterns repeating here between the Five of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. We have two women who aren't totally present, and we have this distance, like the distance between her and this face that she's thinking about, her and this past love situation that she's thinking about, and him and her. Like they're not totally connected. They're physically within vicinity of one another, but there's not much of a connection there. He's just sort of watching her from a distance. So I do get the sense that there's somebody else, or somebody is thinking about some past love experience or past emotional experience. There's an emotional distance. There is somebody's not being totally present. So that's how they are experiencing this connection with you in September. How are you feeling about them? What are you thinking about your connection with them? Oh, wow, that jumped out really quick. It's the Ace of Pentacles. I don't think I've ever pulled this one before. Let me put it up here for you. The Ace of Pentacles. So you can see that there are two people. Oh, this is so lovely. There are two people laying in bed with one another. It's like a really yummy, comfortable, romantic bed with pillows and draping fabrics and candles. There are 3 candles here tied together. That could, again, speak to a third-party situation or 3 people being involved in some way. But the way that you're feeling about this connection is like it's a new beginning in love for you. It's a new, beyond love, though. It's like you think that there is an opportunity here inside of this connection with this partner to build something real, to build something tangible. Let me get this back in focus. It's the Ace of Pentacles, which is the seed of the suit. And so the Pentacles really is about building and building and building abundance to the point where you get to the 10 of Pentacles and you're surrounded by all of this beautiful abundance that you're able to share with your family and community. I really get the sense that you see that this person could join you in that journey. So that's pretty positive. Let's pull a Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle card. It looks like this connection in September is experiencing some challenges. It looks like there could be more than 2 people involved, more than you and your partner involved. If that's not the case, there was some sort of emotional upset, some sort of triggering event that caused you both some anxiety, fear, and concern. And now you're kind of getting back into the sort of emotional equilibrium and rejuvenating, recharging, rethinking, new perspective, gleaning insight, taking some time out. Let's pull one of these cards to get a little bit more advice or guidance on how to navigate this connection in September. Here we go. Oh boy, these crystals, their names are almost impossible to pronounce. Chrysocolla. It looks like that, folks. Chrysocolla. It's pretty. Let's read about it. Number 4. All right. Cool. Self-love. Tranquil and sustaining, Chrysocolla encourages you to remain serene and strong during change or challenge. Dissolving destructive emotional programming, it increases energy assimilation. Nice. You have infinite capacity for forgiveness. Love yourself. If you cannot accept yourself, you cannot give love or accept the love of others. To heal your emotional black hole, connect to the universal love that is inside you. It never runs out. You can then give love out to the world and receive it in a never-ending flow. Forgive yourself. Accept with equanimity what you cannot change. Let go of hurt and rectify situations that can be healed. Be magnanimous. She uses big words. This is Judy Hall's book. She uses some big words that I struggle with. Be Okay. Remain impartial and speak your own truth, but recognize when to keep silent. Magical rituals may keep you chained to the past. There may be past life trauma to heal around being a woman. Bitterness and self-doubt have no place in well-being. It is good to nourish your body with self-love and gentleness. The frequency is earthy. The chakra cleanses and activates all chakras. The timing is Taurus, Gemini, Virgo. The soul path is loving and valuing yourself. So yeah, I get the sense that you guys have gone through some sort of trauma together, and there's a need for self-love and there's a need for forgiveness. All right, Capricorn, this is your love reading for September 2019. If it resonated, leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. I love to hear how it resonated and what it is that you're experiencing at this time. Also, hit the like button so that it can circulate amongst others, and you can follow me on Instagram at LunaSync. And I hope you have a beautiful September. Take really good care.